Chapter 1: Obtaining the Vision. In a neat ordinary room, a young man named Irene is playing a two-dimensional open-world game called Genshin Impact in front of the computer. As a player who entered the adventure at Teyvat continent on the first day of the server opening, Irene's current adventure level has reached level 60. Like most old players, Irene has now entered a long period of boredom. He goes online every day to complete daily tasks. After clearing up his energy, he doesn't know what to play anymore. Today he received a daily mission, Future Night Ellen. And today, Irene found new fun. Simply put, this quest is for girls who want to become official knights. Issue a commission to the player to teach her combat skills to make her stronger. Players only need to destroy a few wooden piles designated by her in a very short time, and the task is completed. However, players' brain circuits are so powerful that the videos on the internet about this task are becoming more and more outrageous. Some used Zhongli's Sky Star to smash the wooden piles, and some used Raiden Shogun used the secret art Mizu Shinsetsu to cut the wooden piles into pieces. Many players joked that with so many outrageous masters teaching, Ellen would definitely become the strongest person in Teyvat in the future. At this time, Irene had controlled the character to reach the Dragon's Back Snow Mountain, climbed to the highest point, the Nail of Cold Sky, and then switched the character to Ganyu. Yes, he now wants to use a charged attack to destroy all the wooden piles specified in the mission from a distance. However, the distance between Dragon's Back Snow Mountain and the mission site Mondstadt is extremely far, so to achieve this goal, it is necessary to complete both prerequisites. The first is to calculate the direction and landing point of the arrow. The second is the need to place a portable waypoint at the mission location. Although bows and arrows can strike at super long distances, if the distance between the player and the target is too far, the system cannot load the damage. Place a portable waypoint at the mission location so that the arrow will be teleported to the mission location immediately after it is shot, so that the attack can successfully destroy the wooden stakes. Hey, my name is Eileen, and your name is Ellen, which means you and I are destined. Ellen-chan, look at it. The pocket anchor point has been placed, and the direction and landing point have been determined after dozens of corrections and tests. Everything is ready and all we need is east wind. Eileen chuckled lightly and controlled Ganyu to use charged attack. He shot an arrow in the direction of Mondstadt and then quickly opened the map and clicked the portable waypoint. But just when Irene clicked on the portable waypoint point to teleport back to Mondstadt, something strange happened. A strong white light bloomed from the computer screen, and Irene felt a huge pulling force on himself and then immediately lost consciousness. When Irene regained consciousness, she found himself in a very strange room. I feel so dizzy. Where am I? Irene looked at the room with bare dolls and lots of pink decorations. There was also a faint smell in the room, which seemed to be a girl's body fragrance. What's going on? Why did I appear in the girl's room? Was I kidnapped by the rich woman? But that's not right. I am an otaku who plays games all day long. Will a rich woman like me? Wait, what's going on with my voice? Eileen's face changed slightly, and he found that his voice became sharper and the pitch was much higher. It sounded like a girl's voice. What's going on? Why does my voice sound like a girl's? Eileen's face showed panic. When he looked down again, he saw that he was wearing a pink nightgown with a cat pattern. Who did it? Who had such a bad intention to put me in such clothes? Eileen was furious. He, a man of dignity, was actually wearing a girl's nightgown. This was a great shame and humiliation. If I knew who was playing tricks on me like this, I would beat him to death. Eileen was furious and was about to take off the girly nightgown with a casual tug, but his eyes saw two big slimes from the loose neckline. This... Eileen's head burst, and he felt like thunder was exploding in his mind. In panic, he subconsciously reached out to grab the bottom, but it was empty. Eileen suddenly felt desperate. Off? No. Why? Eileen let out a scream full of pain, but the sound turned into a girl's unique scream. The door suddenly opened, and a middle-aged man and a middle-aged woman rushed in anxiously. My good brother is gone. Who is it? Why do you do this to me? Eileen was like a thunderbolt from the blue, with tears in his eyes, crying uncontrollably. Brother is gone? Little Ellen, did you have a fight with your best friend? What happened? The man and the woman looked at each other, thinking that it was their daughter who was crying sadly because of a quarrel with a good friend. They were about to come forward to comfort them, but they saw Ellen covering her head with a pained expression and suddenly fell to the ground. Off? Eileen rolled on the ground with a face full of pain. A flood of unfamiliar memories poured into his mind, giving him a splitting headache. After about a minute, the torrent of memories finally stopped, and Eileen stopped rolling. He just lay on the wooden floor with a dull look on his face, as if digesting this strange memory. After an unknown amount of time, Eileen finally digested this memory. From this memory, she learned that she had traveled to the continent of Teyvat, and by coincidence, she had been reincarnated into the girl, future Night Ellen, body. It took him a long time to reluctantly accept the fact that he had completely turned into a girl. His eyes gradually returned to clarity, and he looked at the middle-aged men and women beside him who were anxiously asking if he was okay. I learned from my memory that these two people were Irene's father and mother. He forced himself to put on a nonchalant expression, then smiled gently and said, Mom and Dad, don't worry, I'm fine. I'm sorry for making you worry. After hearing their daughter say it was okay, the middle-aged men and women were slightly relieved, but their faces were still full of worry. Now that Eileen has admitted that the couple in front of him are his parents, it means that he has accepted his new identity. It was at this time that a vision suddenly appeared. A sudden breeze blew in the room. As time went by, the wind became stronger and stronger, and it actually formed a small storm in the room. As the wind increased, the temperature in the room dropped rapidly. The pink walls were covered in frost, and soon everything in the room started to freeze. The ice and snow began to spread with the storm centered on Eileen. The parents on the side watched all this with worry. Not long after, a vision filled with blue light and a large bow that looked sacred and powerful appeared out of thin air and landed in Eileen's arms.